Hello and welcome to LG Classics. This post is from the subreddit Relationship Advice and it's by user throwaway I don't know help 12921. Significant other 29 female is frugal to the point where I 30 male cannot handle it anymore. I did groceries alone today and she is in tears because I spent $8 more than her budget.
We have been dating for around 3 years now and moved in together a year and a half ago. Back then, she was somewhat of a penny pincher and always insisted on, instead of eating out, we would buy or make something, which I was okay with because we both love to cook. Lately with lockdown, she has gone from bearable to completely and utterly pinching every penny. We both work in tech and we make great money. To give some context, we live in New York City and her monthly budget is less than $600, including rent, utilities, etc. The rest of the money goes somewhere and I'm not privy to her finances. However, we both have no real debt at this point. Right now, we live in a tiny, and I mean tiny bachelor's. Originally, I moved in with her and we had plans to get a proper apartment when her lease was up, rather than me signing another new lease. However, that plan has gone on hold due to the bug and her paranoia about job security. She works for a very stable company. Lately, she has become one of those extreme couponers, even if it's just saving a few dollars here and there. Today, the grocery store was extremely busy and I didn't want to fiddle with the coupons that she gave me, so I just said, screw it. The result was the cost going on about $8 over our weekly budget. I really didn't care at all since I was paying for the groceries. When I got home, she immediately took the receipt and started to get very upset about how I overspent. I said I paid for the groceries and she started to get very upset. I tried to sit down with her and ask her to explain why she's being so extremely frugal, and her response is that she isn't sure about the future for her career and needs to pinch every penny. The thing is, by my math, she has saved up a ton of money. I know she sold her stock options last year for a fairly large amount. I just cannot understand how she considers herself so poor. The other thing that is bothering me is that she didn't grow up in a poor family or anything. Her family is extremely well off from what I have seen. She doesn't seem to want to discuss her financial situation and I'm struggling to understand where this is coming from. I showed her my finances and asked her to share hers because I said her behavior is not healthy. She refused to show me anything. She says she doesn't have any sort of debt and asked me to trust her about it. It doesn't make me feel happy.
Additional information from OP's comments. She has been in her current apartment for several years, and for whatever reasons, her landlord has never raised her rent as long as she keeps signing a new lease. Utilities are included except for internet and phone, which her work is currently paying for due to her working from home. The apartment is basically a closet, the kitchen, living room, and bedroom are all in one room. I was okay with this before, but it is driving me mad now that we're both working from home. Also, to clarify, the rent is split between us currently. Her monthly budget for food basically makes up the remaining. I will be honest, I have been secretly stockpiling food, etc. without her noticing because I don't want to deal with her penny pinching over simple things like milk. Honestly, if she was hiding a massive debt or expensive habit, it would make me feel better. However, she doesn't want to tell me anything, which hurts. And as I said, her family seems to be fairly well off. Her dad is a doctor and I am assuming is paid very well. Her brother works for a major tech company and is also very well off. Her sister is someone who I have never met because she lives in another country with her husband. She acts like what she does is completely normal and no amount of me pointing out that we make a stupid amount of money combined has seemed to make her more at ease. Now, let's check out that update.
She was hiding a lot from me. She has been bankrolling her parents' way of life. I have only met her parents a few times and I am an idiot for not seeing it earlier. Her dad isn't a doctor, he is a dentist, and his practice has not really been profitable for a long time according to her. So she has basically been giving almost all of her paycheck to her family to cover this deficit. In general, I think her parents are total pieces of S. Since last time I was there, they were very well off. Big house, multiple cars, etc. She showed me her finances after I gave her an ultimatum that she needed to go to therapy for her penny pinching, or I didn't see this relationship working out. She is more or less completely broke. She has no savings, no nothing. All the money goes to her parents. I told her how wrong this is, and I told her how wrong it is for her to project this unhealthy behavior onto how I spend my own money. I also fully told her I'm going to move out when her lease is up into an apartment that is suitable for two adults constantly working from home, and I told her we can move out together, but I'm not going to be forcing myself to her extreme frugal behavior. Her reasoning behind all this is basically she has this huge feeling of debt to her parents, and she doesn't need nice things to be happy. I don't really know what is going to happen, but today we ordered fancy delivery food, something we haven't done in ages, and I paid for it without her making a fuss. She has also agreed to see a therapist, but she isn't fully set on, at least, reducing the fact that she is giving basically 90% of her paycheck to her parents. I don't know. I don't really get it, and I probably went about this the wrong way, but it is something.
Additional information from update comments. I don't know aside from getting her to a therapist how else to help her. She makes a lot of money and it is completely soul crushing to see she has nothing saved for her future after working 5+ years. I have met her parents a total of 4 times as they live several states away. My significant other doesn't visit them very often, and when we did, we didn't spend a huge amount of time with them. I initially got the impression that I wasn't good enough in their eyes, but they never really said or did anything. It was very awkward the first time meeting her parents. Her family is from Romania, but she was born and raised in the US. I don't really know anyone else from that country, so I'm not sure if this is a thing or not. I think they are just doing this so they can live a lavish lifestyle and are lying about everything. She tried to explain it to me, but she very much sees her parents as almost infallible. It's kind of hard to explain, but she thinks her parents would never lie to her or take advantage of her, which I am having some success at explaining to her how effed this situation is. I am glad I found this out now. However, it is something I have no real idea how to fix or how to support her without being awkward. We are not married. Originally, I planned to propose to her sometime this year, but her behavior recently made me reconsider that idea. Thanks for strolling down memory lane with me on LG Classics. Hope you'll stick around for more throwback vibes.